about the three branches of government. So repeat with me. We will learn the three branches of government, playing a game and using a KWL chart. Okay, so the three branches of government would be your legislative, which makes the law, which are your Senate. We have 2 senators each state, so it equals 100 senators total because we have 50 states. And then the House of Representatives varies depending on the population of each state. The executive branch carries out the law. So this will be your president, your vice president, and the cabinet. The cabinet are like a group of people that the president nominates to help him, like the Secretary of State. And then the judicial he evaluates the law. It's the Supreme Court and other federal courts. So if you notice the picture here, that's the Congress building. This is the White House. And this is a federal court. Okay? So now that you know a little bit about it, I want you to think. Think about these 3 questions. Think about which of these branches do you recognize? Do you recognize the legislative, the executive, or the judicial? Do you know why these branches and their functions are so important for America? Do you know why we have 3 and they all have jobs? And then, have you seen any of these functions or actions or branches or people being mentioned on TV or other media? I know you watch TV, I know you have a Facebook. So have you ever seen anybody talk about our executive branch, our president or vice president?
Yes.
Have you seen the legislative?
No.
You're more familiar with this one?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so when we play this game you're going to think about those questions. Try to figure out what else you want to know about them. Okay? We're going to do a quick sorting to know where you are, and then maybe even get familiar with some of the 3 branches and their functions. Okay? Different functions for each of the 3 branches. I want you to take a minute to see them and pick out any that you think you know, and go ahead and put them with the magnet underneath the branch you think it is. Okay? Are those the only ones you know? You know is that the legislative crafts the bills. That's good. And then the executive vetoes the bills, which you know means overturn. And then the judicial decides if the laws are constitutional because they evaluate the law, right? Okay. So we're gonna learn more about the functions, and whenever we're done with the game, we're going to come back, and the ones that you learned during the game, you're gonna go ahead and sort them out with your group, right? Okay. So here we have a game that is called the 3 branches of government. And you can go ahead and take a seat. This game is sort of like a racing game. So the goal is to know what they do, right? And we have a cheat sheet that we're going to be able to use because I know you're not really familiar with them. But really to win, you would have to go through it first and get to this one first, to the finish line, right? Okay, so to start, we're going to do like a little testing, and then we're going to go ahead and really play the game. So pick the figure that you want to represent yourself with. Okay, and this is our little cheat sheet. And now the ones that you know, you're gonna write on the ones that you know, the ones that you put on the sorting, you're gonna write on what I know. And then when we do the game, you're going to do what I learned. And after we finish the game, if you still have any questions or you're still wondering something, you're gonna write in the middle and say what I want to know after we finish the game, okay? So go ahead and write the ones that you were able to sort out, the ones that you know. ahead and we're going to play this game. Pick the figure that you want to represent you. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and pick the turtle. So first we're going to do a little testing in the game, and then we're going to really play the game and see who wins. Okay, and you're going to play this with your groups once we all learn. So what I'll do first is I will flick the little arrow to see where it lands. So you can do like that. So I landed on the legislative, right? And I'm not really sure what they do. So in case I'm not sure, I can go ahead and look at the different ones, because you have like a little cheat sheet you can use in the beginning, and then after this first game or on your second game, you're going to try to use it less, okay, because you're going to start learning them. So I landed on the legislative. Let me think. Does the legislative branch craft bills? Yeah, they do. And just to confirm, here it is, that I know I'm correct. So go ahead and it's your turn. Go ahead and click it. Okay, you landed on the same thing. So the rule is that you have to go to the one that is you. So since you know I did it, you're gonna go ahead and move it next to me. Okay. Now it's my turn again, and I'll flick it. I landed on the executive. So I know the executive enforces the law. Yes, they do. And let me see if it's true. Yes, it's here. They do enforce the law. So go ahead and click it. Okay, you landed on the judicial. So which one would be the one that is responsible to, which one of these functions is the judicial responsible for?
Which one is it?
Yeah, which one is it? So look at them, and if you're not sure, you can go ahead and look at your cheat sheet. Over there, yes, that is true, but you have skipped all of these. You have to make sure you go one by one to see which one is the correct one. Because if you go all the way here, you're going to lose and you're going to have to start again. Okay, you would do that one. Okay, good. So this was our testing one, right? Now we're going to start the real one. And the ones that you learn, you're going to start writing them on the what I learned portion, like you did here, right? So you have your sheet over there and right there. So let's start the game one more time. You want to go first? You want me to go first? You go. I mean, go first. Okay, so I landed on the executive. And does the executive craft the bills? No. No. Do they enforce the law? Yes. Yes, they do. Okay. The same one? So, remember you have to, since I already landed on that one, you still have to land on that one too. Because it's the first one after you. If you were already here, then you could go on to this next one, to the one that you think. But since you were here, you have to go here. Okay. Now, go ahead and write it. That the executive enforces the law. Okay. Now, I will flick. And I landed on the executive again. So, does the executive settle cases between two or more states? Mm-hmm. No. Does the executive declare war? No, the legislature does that. Does the executive write federal budgets? No. No, that's the power of the purse. Does it decide courts cases? No, that's judicial. Approves or vetoes Congress bills? Yes, they do that. So all the way to here. Now it's your turn. Okay, you landed on the same one. We're tied. So go ahead and write down the one that you learned. Okay. So now I'll do it again. And the executive again. Can the executive impeach the president? No, because he's the president. Can it decide if laws are constitutional? No, that's the judicial one. Can overturn vetoes and pass bills? No, that's the legislative. Directs military? Yes, they do that. went to a judicial. So can they impeach the president?
Yes.
Are you sure they can?
No.
No? Okay. Can they decide if the law is constitutional? Check here in your cheat sheet. Decides if laws are constitutional. Yeah, so they will look.